The awakening. In the vast expanse of the cosmos, where countless civilizations had risen and fallen, the Luminari stood as a beacon of advanced intelligence. Their mastery over energy, matter, and the very fabric of space-time had led them to believe they were the universe's crowning achievement. For millennia, they had observed and catalogued lesser species, guiding some, ignoring others, but never truly challenged. As their survey ships combed through the outer reaches of a spiral galaxy, they stumbled upon an unremarkable blue planet. Earth, as its inhabitants called it, seemed like countless others they had encountered, teeming with life, but nothing extraordinary. The dominant species, humans, appeared to be in their technological infancy, still grappling with the basics of space travel and clean energy. The Luminari's initial assessment was dismissive. Another species trapped in their own limitations, the High Council declared. They saw humans as short-lived, fragile creatures, lacking the physical prowess or intellectual capacity to make any significant mark on the cosmos. The Luminari's vast archives were filled with records of such civilizations, doomed to either destroy themselves or stagnate in mediocrity. However, as per their protocol, they continued to observe. Years passed, then decades, a mere blink in the lifespan of a Luminari. They watched as humans struggled with their own conflicts, environmental challenges, and technological hurdles. The High Council was on the verge of classifying Earth as another non-potential world when something unexpected happened. In a sudden burst of innovation, humans achieved a breakthrough that caught the Luminari completely off guard. It wasn't just the nature of the discovery, but the speed at which it was developed and implemented. Within a span of months, humanity had solved their energy crisis, begun to reverse climate change, and were on the brink of practical faster-than-light travel. The Luminari was stunned. Their most advanced predictive models had given no indication of this possibility. As they scrutinized the data, they realized they had fundamentally misunderstood something about human nature. The very traits they had dismissed, short lifespans, adaptability born from surviving a harsh environment, and a constant drive to overcome limitations, had fostered a unique form of creative problem-solving. The High Council convened an emergency session. For the first time in eons, there was genuine concern in their voices. If they can achieve this in mere decades, what will they be capable of in centuries? One elder mused. The implications were staggering. A species advancing at this rate could potentially surpass the Luminari within a few generations. Debates raged within the council chambers. Some argued for immediate intervention to guide and potentially control humanity's development. Others suggested a more radical approach to test humanity, to truly understand the extent of their capabilities and potential threat. As the debates continued, humanity took its first tentative steps into the wider galaxy. Their primitive, by Luminari standards, ships began to explore neighboring star systems. The clock was ticking, and the Luminari knew they had to act soon. Finally, a decision was reached. The Luminari would reveal themselves to humanity, but not as benevolent guides or conquerors. Instead, they would present themselves as cosmic challengers, putting humanity to a test that would determine their place in the galactic community. As the Luminari prepared for first contact, they couldn't shake a feeling unfamiliar to their kind: uncertainty. For the first time in their long history, they faced a species that didn't fit into their carefully categorized understanding of the universe. Little did they know, this encounter would not only change the fate of humanity, but would shake the very foundations of the Luminari civilization and their view of the cosmos. The challenge. The day of first contact arrived with a spectacle that humanity would never forget. Luminari ships, vast and gleaming, appeared in Earth's skies, their presence impossible to ignore or misinterpret. Governments worldwide scrambled to respond, but before any human leader could broadcast a message, the Luminari made their intentions clear. A holographic projection materialized in every major city across the globe. The image was of a being unlike anything humans had ever seen, ethereal, almost translucent, with eyes that seemed to contain galaxies. When it spoke, Its voice resonated not just through the air, but seemed to vibrate within the very minds of those who heard it. "People of Earth," the being began, "we are the Luminari. We have watched your progress with great interest and some concern. Your recent advancements have brought you to a crossroads. The path you choose now will determine not just your fate, but potentially that of many worlds." The being went on to explain that humanity would be subjected to a series of trials, challenges designed to test not just their technological prowess, but their wisdom, creativity, and the very essence of what made them human. The stakes were high. Success would mean acceptance into the galactic community and access to knowledge beyond their wildest dreams. Failure would result in isolation, containment within their own solar system, until the Luminari deemed them ready to try again, which could be millennia. As the initial shock wore off, humanity's response was characteristically diverse. Some called for immediate preparation for war, believing the trials to be a trap. Others saw it as the opportunity of a lifetime. Debates raged in every forum, from social media to the United Nations. In the end, pragmatism won out. Humanity couldn't hope to fight a civilization capable of such technological marvels. Their only choice was to face the challenge head-on. In an unprecedented show of global cooperation, nations pooled their resources and brightest minds. The next 6 months saw a flurry of activity as humanity prepared for trials they couldn't even begin to imagine. When the day finally came, the Luminari revealed the nature of their cosmic challenge. It would consist of 3 parts: a test of knowledge, a test of ethical decision-making, and a test of creative problem-solving. Each would push humanity to its limits and beyond. The first trial began with a deluge of information, scientific, historical, and philosophical knowledge from across the galaxy. Humanity was given one standard galactic week to absorb and demonstrate understanding of this vast repository. It was an impossible task by any normal standard, but humans approached it with characteristic ingenuity. Instead of trying to have individuals learn everything, they created a global network of specialists. Quantum entanglement communication, a technology they had only recently mastered, allowed for instantaneous sharing of information across the planet. AI systems were employed to categorize and cross-reference the alien knowledge with human understanding. It was a Herculean effort, and when the week was up, humanity presented their synthesis to the Luminari. The ethereal beings were visibly surprised, an emotion they were not accustomed to showing. Humanity hadn't just regurgitated facts, they had drawn connections the Luminari themselves hadn't considered. Their unique perspectives led to insights that made even the ancient aliens pause in contemplation. Buoyed by this success, humanity faced the second trial with growing confidence. This challenge presented them with complex ethical dilemmas, many involving scenarios they could scarcely comprehend. How does one make a moral decision that affects the fate of entire galaxies? Again, humanity's approach was uniquely their own. Instead of relying solely on logical frameworks or ancient philosophies, they tapped into their rich tradition of storytelling and empathy. They used art, music, and narrative to explore the emotional and personal dimensions of these cosmic dilemmas. Their responses were a blend of reasoned argument and heartfelt conviction that left the Luminari puzzled but intrigued. As the final trial approached, the Luminari found themselves in an unfamiliar position. They were no longer certain of the outcome. Humanity had surprised them at every turn, displaying a creativity and adaptability that defied their predictions. The last challenge would test the very essence of human ingenuity, and the Luminari waited with unprecedented anticipation to see how Earth's inhabitants would respond. The revelation. The final trial presented by the Luminari was unlike anything humanity had faced before. It wasn't a problem to be solved or a question to be answered, but a challenge to create. "Show us," the Luminari demanded, "something we have never seen before. Reveal to us an aspect of existence we, in all our ends of exploration, have overlooked." This task, more than any other, struck at the heart of human creativity. How does one surprise a civilization that had seen the birth and death of stars, that had unraveled the mysteries of quantum realms and traversed dimensions? The response from Earth was not a single grand gesture, but a cacophony of creation. Artists, scientists, philosophers, and dreamers from every corner of the globe contributed. They had a month to prepare, and they used every second. When the time came to present their creation, humanity didn't deliver a thing, but an experience. They had crafted a virtual realm, a synthesis of technology and artistry that was to be lived rather than observed. As the Luminari interfaced with this human creation, they found themselves on an odyssey through the human experience. They felt the exhilaration of a child's first steps and the profound sorrow of losing a loved one. They experienced the thrill of scientific discovery and the quiet joy of a sunset. The simulation took them through the heights of human achievement and the depths of human despair. It was a roller coaster of emotions, ideas, and sensations that the Luminari, for all their knowledge, had never truly understood. But it wasn't just a parade of human experiences. Woven through the simulation were new concepts, hybridizations of art and science that challenged the very way the Luminari perceived reality. There were theoretical models that approached universal problems from completely novel angles, philosophical frameworks that bridged the gap between quantum uncertainty and free will, and artistic expressions that captured the beauty of mathematical symmetry in ways that spoke to the soul. As the Luminari emerged from the experience, there was a profound silence. For the first time in their long history, they were truly at a loss. This young species, these humans, had shown them something new. Not just new information or a clever solution, but a new way of seeing and experiencing the universe. The High Council of the Luminari convened, their deliberations longer and more heated than ever before. When they finally reached a decision, it was one that would reshape the galaxy. The Luminari leader addressed humanity once more, this time with a noticeable change in tone. People of Earth, it began, you have not just passed our trials. You have transcended them. In seeking to test you, we have ourselves been tested, and our understanding of the universe has been fundamentally altered. The announcement that followed stunned humanity and sent ripples through the galactic community. The Luminari proposed not just to welcome humanity into the galactic fold, but to form a partnership. They recognized that humanity's unique blend of creativity, adaptability, and empathy offered a perspective that even their advanced civilization lacked. This decision was met with mixed reactions across the galaxy. Some species feared the rapid ascension of such a young civilization, while others were intrigued by the Luminari's unprecedented move. For humanity, it marked the beginning of a new era, one filled with unimaginable opportunities and challenges. As humans took their first steps into the wider galaxy, guided but not controlled by the Luminari, they carried with them the very traits that had defined their history on Earth. Their curiosity drove them to explore the farthest reaches of space. Their creativity allowed them to find solutions to age-old problems that had stumped older civilizations. Their capacity for empathy and understanding helped forge alliances and bridge gaps between vastly different species. The universe, it seemed, had played a cosmic joke. The species that had been dismissed as primitive and unremarkable turned out to be the key to unlocking new potentials. Humanity's journey among the stars had only just begun, but already they were leaving an indelible mark on the cosmos. As for the Luminari, they found themselves changed by their encounter with humanity. They had gained not just new knowledge, but a new appreciation for the unpredictable nature of evolution and the power of diversity. In the end, the greatest revelation was not about humanity's potential, but about the endless possibilities that arise when different perspectives unite in the pursuit of understanding. The cosmic joke, it turned out, was on anyone who thought they had the universe figured out. In the vast tapestry of existence, every thread, no matter how seemingly insignificant, has the potential to change the entire pattern. Humanity's story was proof that in the grand cosmic tale, the most unexpected characters often turn out to be the most important. And so, as new chapters of this cosmic story began to unfold, one thing became clear: the universe would never be the same again. The adventure had only just begun.